you said that you didn't want to raise someone else's child. You didn't want to raise or be a mother or whatever, it's just someone else's child. And, I know that I heard this, years ago when I first heard your testimony. But to hear it now that there is all this time that has passed, the disregard for him, lack of phone calls, lack of interest, just nothing. And again, you may say, well, it's not my place. Yes. Yeah. You know what your place is in this situation. But you summed it up back then when you say you didn't want to raise somebody else's kid. So maybe, just maybe, that is part of the reason why God has not blessed you with your own child. That and maybe those 3 abortions that you talked about in your testimony. I mean, that could have messed you up physically. But who am I to say? I don't know. Anyway, your last video that I had talked about in my last video, where Vonda was talking about where they were stopping the Ask the Prophet show. Something interesting that I noticed was when you came into the room. Now, of course, you didn't show yourself because you said you didn't have any makeup on or anything like that. But when you walked into the room, the camera panned over in front of the television, and you said that you were in the living room doing your daily job. And I wrote it down. Let's see which one's the one. There we go. Anyways, it said that you pray till about noon. Then you check out the news to see what's going on so that you could know what God wants to talk about. Let's just pause on that for a moment and think about that. I guess people do things different than I do, or maybe I'm the one that's just all messed up because, if I sit in front of a television or a computer and listen to something, if I do that as my job or whatever, that is in my head, it's in my heart, it's in my spirit. And then all that, then I'm going to go and pray and, or just sit and just wait for God to talk to me with all of that. How much of that really is of God that you are hearing? How much of it is of God and how much of it is just some news reporter on CNN? And it sounds like that very well could be who you might be listening to, because there's a lot of Trump bashing. So this is certainly not the way it was done a long time ago. They didn't have TVs, and they were hearing from God. They didn't have radios, computers, none of that. They heard from God. They meditated, they fasted, prayed. They weren't filling up their spirit with constantly negative news. CNN. I don't know, you may not watch something, whatever. It doesn't matter. So, anyways, you know, one time I had a dream, and this was during the time when my ex-husband and I were going through some things, and this message, I know, I mean, it was so obvious, but I dreamt that me and a couple of my family members were outside of a house, and we were walking around, and there was these some stones, large stones that you would step on, and as I was walking, there was a snake there laid across, and the snake, I didn't feel like if I went outside today and saw a snake, I would kill myself probably trying to get away from it. I am horrified. You have no idea. Like, I am just literally terrified of snakes. To me, it's just Satan. I can't do them. But in this dream, there was something very familiar about this particular snake. And though I was fearful, it wasn't that immediate, I mean, the normal, being just terrified. It wasn't that feeling. Even though I was scared, it wasn't as strong a feeling. But that snake, the color of the snake was camouflaged, just all camouflaged. And when I woke up, I knew immediately what that snake represented for me. And that was the ex, because he's in the Army, and he always had on his camouflage uniform. So Vonda, that symbol was dead on for me. So watch for that in your dreams, because I wish you luck. The chase, I feel that the chase is what the ex was looking for, and you gave him you put up a good fight for a short amount of time. You said you met early in '08 and then married in August of '08. So it didn't take long. Divorce didn't take long. It was rushed through. But anyways, whatever. So I hope you guys have a fabulous day. Thank you so much for letting me just ramble and carry on. And it's so difficult for me to sit by myself and just try to have a conversation at a screen. That's why my videos in my car are easier, because at least I'm doing something. I'm driving. Unlike today where I'm just sitting here. So, I love you guys so much. You're just good for me. And I guess, sometimes you think that you're strong and that you've healed and all these different things, but then I feel sometimes if something causes me to get weepy, then I feel weak, and I feel that I just haven't succeeded. I don't know. Anyways, keep praying for me and praying for us, me and my little guy. And I love y'all. And y'all have a fantastic Thursday afternoon.